Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2019 here today on the channel. We're starting a brand new series as Liverpool. So, if you like the sound of that and want to ensure more Football Manager content on the channel, the best thing you guys can do is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, and let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestions for the series, tactics, players you would like me to sign. I want to make a deal with you. If this video can hit, say, 100 likes within 24 hours, I will do a double upload here today and release the second video instantly. If not, you just have to wait a little bit longer for that next upload. Got to say a huge thank you to Sports Interactive for sending me a copy of Football Manager and making this Let's Play possible. So huge thank you to them and their community manager. I'll put in the description below as well the badge and face pack I am using from Sorted Out, and I'm playing on the brand new 2019 to 2020 Premier League season. So let's get stuck into the Liverpool Let's Play. Okay guys, let's get stuck right into the hot seats. The 25th of June 2018 in game. Now Liverpool in real life haven't made as many transfers as some of the other Premier League clubs. They really haven't gone out and splashed the cash. So, I just felt really motivated to play as Liverpool and see how well we can do. Looking at our finances, we only have 30 million in the back, so we're going to have to be incredibly shrewd and sensible bringing players in. Let me know in the comments players you would like me to sign. So, looking at the club, Liverpool last season under Jurgen Klopp managed to finish 4th, and the year before that 4th as well. So, looking at the competitions, the main objective for this series, if I don't win a major piece of silverware, I would consider this a failure. I want to win the Premier League. I want to bring Liverpool's first Premier League title to the club. I also want to try and win the UEFA Champions League. I'm not concerned in this series with an FA Cup trophy nor Carabao Cup, EFL Cup. However, personally for like FIFA and Football Manager, I quite like going on a cup run because if you can get some really good run of results and you're doing poor in the league, it can sort of bleed over and help out your league performance quite well. So I want to primarily focus on the Premier League and Champions League. I won't be too fussed if, for example, we don't win a Carabao or FA Cup. I really want to focus on the Premier League and do what Jurgen Klopp did and try and win the Champions League again. Okay, so welcome to Liverpool. Here are some of the transfers. So Loris Karius has obviously gone to Besiktas. Alisson, Fabinho, Keita, Shaqiri have all come in, of course. Allen, Loris Karius have all been loaned out there as well. Looking at injuries, we do have a fair few. Lovren's out from 6 to 3 months. Joel Matip is out for 5 to 8 weeks. And obviously Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Ox, is out for 9 to 10, which is quite significant. Rightio then, guys, let's go through our tactics and squad and sort of areas I would like to strengthen. We're just coming off the Football Manager Real Madrid career where we went and did the treble. We won the La Liga title, the UEFA Champions League, and the Super Cuppa. So hopefully we can do a similar result here with Liverpool. So we are playing on the updated version, of course. Aston Villa, Sheffield Wednesday have been promoted to the Premier League, so we're going to be playing with them. Also the likes of Christian Pulisic has joined Chelsea, and of course Wan-Bissaka has joined Manchester United. So looking at our dynamics for now, looking at the hierarchy at the club, Henderson, Milner and Salah are the team leaders. Wijnaldum there is one of the highly influential players. So moving to my tactics. So I have two tactics that I currently like at the moment. I'm going to use the same formation I used in my Real Madrid career mode for now. I'm going to use a 4-3-3 Zinedine Zidane heavily inspired tactic. I was thinking of maybe going with a Jurgen Klopp Gegenpress and sort of going with a similar style, which it's actually quite effective in Football Manager. I really quite like the 4-3-3 Jurgen Klopp Gegen press. However, I think Premier League teams have sort of caught on to this style, so we need to evolve it. If we can evolve it to this Zinedine Zidane formation, I'd like to go with that, but I don't know how well that's going to sort of perform in the Premier League. Only time would tell. The thing is with Football Manager, if you get caught, found out, and exposed, it is worth sometimes changing up your formation. So I also do have a 4-1-4-1 possession-based system here, as well as a backup. And I obviously have my 4-1-4-1 Jose Mourinho park the bus. I really like parking the bus sometimes. Sometimes in Football Manager, you need to sort of grind out that 1-0 result. Okay, well, let's talk about the squad. I'll give you my opinion on every individual player and how I can sort of plan and foresee them going this season. So there are 3 areas that I definitely need to strengthen, so let me know in the comments players you'd like me to sign. Obviously, this is Football Manager. It is very hard to bring in players unless they've been transfer listed. You can pick up a really good fee through like a buyout clause. You can disgruntle them through the media, so it's going to be interesting to see how well we do, seeing as we've only got £30 million in the bank, which isn't that much. Depending on outcomings and goings, we might have a couple of changes. So I definitely feel like I need to bring in a rotational striker. At the moment, I'm going to be starting with Roberto Firmino up front, and we do have Divock Origi on the bench, but bringing in just another one, another third striker, a younger striker, I think that would be crucial. The main position which we massively need to strengthen is left back. We've only got one left back here in Robinson. Gomez I don't think should play there at all, so we definitely will be bringing in a decent rotational left back, most definitely. The other key area which I would like to strengthen that I've identified is attacking midfield. We do have Lallana that can play there through the guts in the hole, but I feel like I need a non-injury prone sort of attacking midfielder. I've got Gini Wijnaldum here for now. So there's 3 positions: a younger striker, an attacking midfielder, and a key rotational left back. So up front, we're going to be playing Bobby Firmino. He's going to be a deep-lying forward attack. I don't want him to come back and support. I really want him to sort of push up where we can. And I'll be rotating him with Divock Origi on the striker position as well. Okay, moving on to my right-hand side, we have Mohamed Salah, who is going to be playing my inside forward role on the right. He's going to be playing inside forward attack. I'm going to be rotating him with Shaqiri this season. Okay, moving on to our left-hand side, Mane is going to be playing an inside forward as well on the attack. For now, we have Harry Wilson. After I strengthen those 3 other positions, we might look to getting another left-sided player, but there are a fair few guys in our academy that I have identified that we could use as well. So the front 3 of Mane, Salah, and Firmino is quite self-explanatory. Okay, this is my midfield 3 for now. I want to play with a midfield 3. So in the centre, at the advanced playmaker position and attacking midfield, we have Gini Wijnaldum. He's going to be pushing forward there. Even though he's not too bad as a deep playmaker, I want to bring him on as attacking midfield. We've got the likes of Lallana, Henderson, and Milner. Milner and Henderson, a lot more sort of central, maybe even defensive. So Wijnaldum here for now. We'll have Lallana as a replacement, but I really want to get another attacking midfielder. On the left, we have Naby Keita, who is going to be playing a box-to-box midfielder on support. And on the right-hand side, we have the Brazilian Fabinho, who's going to be playing box-to-box support as well. So these guys are going to be doing most of the work while Gini can sort of push up and attack. So on the bench to help them out, we've got Milner, Henderson, who can still put in a shift. Unfortunately, Ox is just out for too long, so we're really just going to have to replace him because realistically, we're not probably going to be able to play him in this career until maybe, I don't know, the Champions League final if we make it there or something. Okay, moving on to my right back position, we're going to be using Alexander-Arnold as our right back. He's going to be on a wing back automatic position. At the moment, we've got Nathaniel Klein as a good rotation. I quite like Nathaniel Klein in Football Manager and in FIFA. In real life, a little bit controversial to say the least, but in Football Manager, he's actually not too bad. 27, he's English, of course. He's got a decent potential ability, but he's a good squad rotational player, in my opinion. Okay, for now we've got two centre-backs. Van Dijk is going to be playing ball-playing defender stopper. And Lovren's going to be playing ball player defender at the back. Unfortunately, Lovren is out with an injury for 3 months. At the moment, we do have Joe Gomez and Martip, but even Martip's out injured as well. I might need to bring in another centre-back. Just due to the amount of injuries we have, we might need to bring in a younger centre-back now, thinking of it. Ball-playing defender, yeah, we probably should play Gomez there instead, because I didn't realise how Lovren's out for 6 to 3 months. I'm going to have to play Joe Gomez there for Mao, and I might need to bring in a rotation. On the left-hand side, we've got Andy Robertson, who's going to be playing wing-back automatic. I could make him full-back attack now, actually, because we've got you going on wing... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change that up slightly, because I don't want him to be on the same. Wing-back automatic, full-back... I quite like wing-back, though. Wing-back support. No, I'm going to leave him on wing-back automatic, even though... probably he's better fullback attack like in real life. But this is the squad for now. Divock Origi is definitely part of my plans. Obviously the players in the starting 11. Shaqiri on the right I'm happy with. Harry Wilson on the left hand side. Not too bad. I could definitely see him playing there. Adam Lallana, he's injury prone. Pretty much everyone on the reserves here, I'm available to listen to offers. And if we can get a serious investment from them, I'd be happy with that. Henderson as well. I don't think he's going to make the starting 11 this season, even though he's the captain. But him and Milner, even though Milner's 32 years of age, as long as he hits that 7 overall rating, I'm more than happy to let him play a lot this season. Because James Milner, look how tactically diverse he is. He really can play all over the pitch. And we'll wait for our 4 injuries to come back. Nathaniel Klein on the right back there. Looking at our under-23s, I'm probably interested to maybe allowing Loris Karius to go. If we could get somehow Grujic back, I definitely could use him. Woodburn as well. He's alright on the left-hand side there and through the guts. We could maybe give him more of a first-team role. He's one of the players I identified. Also, Ryan Kent as well. He can play on that left side if Mane gets injured. Brewster's unfortunately injured. Pedro, if we can't get another sort of attacking midfield, and we need to we get injury-prone players. Pedro here is actually quite good as a defensive midfielder, or midfielder. Here's another player that I've identified that we could potentially bring into the first team if need be. But I think that's pretty much it. I've given you all my thoughts and opinions on the players. We won't go in depth as much as this in the other episodes. We'll get stuck into some matches. But I like to sort of sit down, go through my opinions on every one of the players, go through the tactics, go through the formation, and this is the basic sort of blueprint and plan. More than likely it's going to get thrown out the window with the amount of injuries you get in Football Manager. But yeah, so looking at our team report, we lack depth in goal. Really? We've got Mingale and we've got, I was about to say Edison. It's Allison in goal, isn't it? And we got Mingale. I think we're fine. We could always maybe even bring back Loris Karius if we needed to. We lack depth of right back, left back. Yeah, I've definitely identified that. And better depth at full back as well. Okay. Alrighty then, let's get stuck into some scouting and transfers. So, I've already made a little bit of a short list here. I've actually gone out and made some offers as well. So, we do need probably a backup striker. We really definitely need a left back, a midfield, an attacking midfielder, potentially a striker and a centre back. So, I've thrown out some offers here. We'll go through to see who's on the short list as well. So, Joshua Sargent here, American, 18 years of age. He is a target man. He's currently valued at 2.2 million with Werder Bremen. So, we'll throw out an offer on him. Weghorst, I think that's how you say his name, 25 years of age, 7 million from Wolfsburg. The thing about him is he's currently 197 centimeters. He's a target man. He's actually quite quick for his height. So if we can maybe bring him in, we'll see how we go. He's Dutch. He's played for Wolfsburg and in the Netherlands, of course. Just to add something a little bit different from Divock, we've got Jean-Philippe Mattia, I think that's how you say his name. Another striker there. He's had a pretty good season in real life with Mainz. We've also got this Swiss guy here, Abian Ajeti. I think that's how, or Jetai, that's how you say him. He's quite good. 21, 5.5 million from Basel. Moving on to a Spal forward, we have Andrea Petaganea, 22 years of age, Italian, 8 million. He's a target man as well. Mangala Sa from Nice, a defender we could potentially bring in, 19 years of age, 3.3. So here are a couple of the offers we've made. So I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of those negotiations. Also looking at scouting, going to player search, looking at transfer listed players. You can usually pick up some really good deals. James Rodriguez has been transfer listed from Real Madrid. I'd love to actually bring him in, but sometimes the asking price can be a little bit high. Schürrle here, he's evaluated at 18. He's currently been listed for 9 million. Maybe bringing in someone like Schürrle might be a good idea as a rotational player on the left. He's Premier League proven. Buffon as well. He's currently valuated at 16, a little bit more expensive here. João Mario, £15 million. He's 25 years of age, attacking midfielder. Obviously played for West Ham, had an average sort of a season. He's played 44 games for Inter now. But bringing him in for like 7.5, that might be an interesting deal for us if that goes through. That could be our attacking midfielder. Like spending £7.5 million is a sensible sort of transfer. Like going for someone like him might be a good idea. Who else they got? Gosling, Carl Jenkinson, Schmelzer on the left, 30 years of age, obviously has played 279 games. What's he evaluated at? 6 million. Someone like that as a backup for Andy Robertson, a youngster or an older player, might not be a bad idea just to have the rotation there. I think Toran's a little bit out of it now. So I'll skip a little bit ahead off camera. We'll go through some transfer negotiations. And I'll show you guys the players we signed before we have the Premier League. So we've got Sheffield Wednesday pretty early on, Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, we got Wolves on the first opening day there. Oh, okay. Okay guys, how you doing? Welcome back. It's the 13th of August and our transfer negotiations have wrapped up along with the window. Before we get stuck into our first match of today's video against Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League, we need to wrap up our transfer negotiations. I want to show you guys who we've managed to bring in. So, we've managed to bring in a total of 4 players. And let's get stuck into them. So the first player we've managed to bring in is Albion Ajeti. The 21-year-old Swiss man is currently valued at £11 million. We managed to pick him up for 7.7. He's going to be a rotational striker if Devok doesn't perform as well, or potentially Firmino picks up an injury. So he's played in Basel, in Switzerland, Augsburg in Germany, and 25 games for Basel, 14 goals. We've got a couple of hipster signings as well, but a lot of my players have either come directly from the Bundesliga or the Swiss League. So he was my major target for now. I was looking at a couple of others, such as Weghorst, but the transfer didn't go through, and we bought a sort of a different sort of striker, a lot more pressing rather than a direct target man. The second signing is a new left back. I've made the decision to bring in Philippe Max, 24 years of age. He's currently valuated at £14 million. He's come directly from Augsburg in the Bundesliga. He did have a small career in Bayern Munich, not playing any games. He was signed on their books though, but he played 54 games for Schalke. Now, he wasn't actually my first target for this left-back position. However, I'm still quite happy to have the German. The player that I really wanted to get was Ludwig Augustinsson, 24 years of age, Swedish man, 9.2 million pounds. I was looking at him, but the contract didn't go through. We went with Max instead. So we picked up Max for £11 million. He's evaluated at 14. So we've got some really nice deals going on here. Okay, the third player we managed to sign was Ibrahim Kanate, 19 years of age, for £14 million from RB Leipzig, Rasenball Leipzig. He did play for Paris FC before signing for Red Bull. RB Rasenball for 16 games. Now, I think for £14 million, this is an absolute bargain. He is going to be one of the best defenders in Football Manager, and I'm quite surprised they let him go for so cheap. He's an absolute beast of a centre-back, and I can't wait to see how he performs this season. I actually had two other signings that I was actually preferring. He was sort of a bit more on my ambitious list. I'm quite surprised. £14 million is quite a good deal. We only had £30 million in the bank, if you guys can remember. There was another Bundesliga defender that I was looking at. It was Stefan Posch, the Austrian, 21 years of age, 3.2 from Hoffenheim. Has had a small career in the Austrian league, but he's got some really nice stats here. 188 centimeters. He's got good acceleration. He's also got some really good tackling. He's really quite strong, so I do recommend Stefan Posch if you can pick him up, but the contract didn't go through. Also Kampf, who is another one, Marc-Oliver Kampf, 23 years of age from Stuttgart, 3.9 million. I tried to bring him in. He had a bit of a career at Frankfurt and Freiburg, but unfortunately the contract didn't go through. I really wanted to bring in Kampf and Posch, but the contracts didn't go through, so instead I went for Ibrahim Kanate, and I've made the decision to actually promote to the first team Sepp van der Berg, the 16-year-old Dutchman who has been signed in real life for Liverpool. I'm going to give him a first team, maybe a couple of first team appearances depending, once Martip, Lovren, and a couple of other centre-backs come back from injury. We've also signed a new attacking midfielder as well for £12 million. Florian Grilic, 23 years of age, Austrian. He's valued at £15 million. We managed to pick him up for 12. Played for Werder Bremen and Hoffenheim. He's actually played 109 league games at 23 years of age, an attacking midfielder to potentially replace Adam Lallana. He can play a lot more centrally here. So Florian Grilic is my central midfielder. We did actually have as well... Yes, we did actually have negotiations with Mohamed Salah. I'm actually surprised that Borussia Dortmund, I wonder if it shows here, they actually accepted a £12.2 million bid from myself. Yeah, I was interested in him, but it actually rose to 16 million. So I actually had a choice between Florian Grilic and Mohamed Salah. His wages were quite high, and it was going to cost me an extra 4 million. And I feel like a lot of people have sort of seen Mohamed Salah in like Football Manager saves. He had a really good season in the Bundesliga with Borussia Mönchengladbach, and then obviously signed for Borussia Dortmund. He hasn't sort of really grown to the expectations just yet. He was in that Borussia Mönchengladbach side with Xhaka, if you guys can remember. So he's a very good player. We could have brought in him, but his wages and his evaluation was a little bit higher, and I wanted to mix things up. I wanted to go with Florian Grilic, as I really like the look of him. He was a lot cheaper, and I've never actually played with him in Football Manager. So we've roughly around about spent £40 million with Liverpool, and here are our 4 brand new signings. Now looking at the Premier League, let's see how the other teams strengthened. So I'm going to go with transfers and sort by fees. So Idrissi Gueye managed to sign for Manchester United from Everton. Kieran Tierney, he was actually on my list, but he is just way too expensive for my liking. He actually signed for £21 million with a potential rise to make it 26 for Manchester City. We could maybe potentially loan him in. Buffon signed for Marseille. Gosling left to Torino. Are there any other sort of major signings? Jenkinson signed for Fenerbahce. So the major signing was Idrissi going to Manchester United for £30 million. Okay guys, so without further ado, let's get stuck into the first match of today's video against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Okay, let's quickly go through my fixtures through my pre-season. We had a really good pre-season. So we managed to beat the under-21s 4-1, notably Napoli. We managed to draw 3-3, and we did have a whopping 7-1 victory there. Looking at Wolves at the moment, Johnny is out with broken ribs, and Fabio Coentrao is out with a broken collarbone. So they've got two fullbacks injured here. Hopefully, we should be able to run rampant on the wings. Oxlade-Chamberlain is unregistered for now. That's just due to his injury, and Lovren's still out with his injury as well. So let's get stuck into the first match. So here is the squad. Here is the starting 11. Things might change throughout the career, but we'll just have to see. So we're playing a 4-3-3. Firmino, Mane, Salah up top. Wijnaldum, Chiesa, Fabinho in my midfield. Alexander-Arnold. We're going to be playing Kanate, or also partnering with Van Dijk. Robertson on the left-hand side and Alisson in goal. On the bench for now, we have Debok Origi. Depending on injuries and how well they perform, we could potentially rotate him with Ajeti. Shaqiri is going to be playing on this right-hand side. If need be, obviously, can go on the left. Grilic is going to be my attacking midfielder, replacing Wijnaldum. Jordan Henderson here as well will be either rotating with Chiesa and Fabinho. Joe Gomez obviously can play centre-back, but he also can replace Alexander-Arnold, so Kanate, so he's going to be sort of the right-hand side of the pitch. And Philip Max will be on the left-hand side rotating. So here is my maximum subs of 7, and in the reserves, Wilson, Lallana, Milner, Nathaniel Klein, Lovren, Ox, Vanderberg, and Joel Matip. Okay, guys, just before we get stuck into our first Premier League game, I have identified an issue. Alexander-Arnold must have had a bit of a knock. He's not quite fit just yet to make the starting 11, so I'm going to have to rotate him for now with Gomez. So let's get stuck into the first match. Oh no, they're playing a 5 at the back formation. Why is Neves sitting so deep there? Okay, Jota, Traore, Moutinho there, and looks like Nuno Espirito Santo is playing a 5 at the back formation. They're going to be really sitting back against us. Fabinho gets the first ball in, and it's Virgil van Dijk to score the first goal in the Premier League for Liverpool. The amount of attacking forwards we have, I'm blown away to see Virgil van Dijk, our centre-back, scoring a goal from play there. Absolutely smashing it into the back of the net. 1-0 against Wolverhampton Wanderers with our first shot on target. Forlin, Bolly, Doherty and Patricio in goal. They have Axel Tuanzebe on loan, and Raul Jimenez as well for Wolves. I really quite like the Portuguese contingent they have at the club. There was a stat in real life that they officially have more Portuguese players than English in the Wolverhampton Wanderers team and setup, which is crazy to see. Okay, 30 minutes have been played now. We started off this match quite well with a fortunate Virgil van Dijk goal from a corner kick. 35 minutes now, trying to rely on my forwards to go up. Mane, Firmino and Salah leading the line. Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Chiesa in the midfield. Kanate starting in the centre-back position until Matip and Lovren are back from their injuries and get into the first team. Gomez now replacing Trent. And it's half-time. 1-0 Liverpool sit up with 13 shots to 4 on target. 2 Wolves 0-0. They start off with the ball here in the second half now. And the highlight fizzles out. Firmino there getting a shot on target. Firmino fouled in the box, but he was offside. It didn't actually come to anything. Sitting quite deep here, Wolves. They're sort of inviting in on pressure. That's allowed us to get 14 shots to 4 on target. We're still going with the 4-3-3 Zinedine Zidane formation. Attacking Fabinho now to Virgil van Dijk. He's gone and scored 2 out of nowhere. Unbelievable scenes from the Dutch centre-back. Mohamed Salah plays it short to Fabinho. And Virgil van Dijk on the volley at the near post is currently Liverpool's top goal scorer. I didn't think I'd be saying that in this video. Fabinho again. Oh, Kanate. Oh, nearly put his name on the score sheet. Off the post there. Unluckily denied. Man, my two centre-backs just roaming forward here. It's time to make some substitutions here now. We're going to bring on Divock Origi for Firmino. I want to give Grealish his debut as well, coming on for Wijnaldum. He's going to be my attacking midfielder. And Philip Max as well. So two players officially getting their debuts for the Merseyside Liverpool. 2-0 up against Wolves for now. Still a 5 at the back formation. Neves. Doherty trying to build something up from the back. Neves. To Traore. Adama. Gets some nice 1-2 passes off. Goes for, I don't even know if that was a cross or a shot or I don't even know what that was. Straight at Alisson. Divock now finds Gomez. Divock, Mane! And that's it. She's all over Red Rover. 3-0. Wolves aren't coming back from this one. Grealish, fresh off the bench, finds Divock. It's an amazing ball here by Joe Gomez. A good header there from Divock, and Mane picks up the goal there from a really good assist from Divock there. Wolverhampton Wanderers trying to get one last attack. Mo Salah charging forward there. Sloppily gives away possession to Neves. Martinho now. Raul Jimenez fresh off the bench. And Wolves managed to drag the shot just to the left. And we gave them a shot on target. We gave them a really good chance in the final third there, but they couldn't quite clutch it. I think we should be able to see out this match. Virgil van Dijk, a 9.4. He is currently Liverpool's top goal scorer. It's like I spent so much money on bringing in attacking midfielders, a new striker, and we've got an amazing front line of MSF. Or however you want to say it, Mohamed Salah, Mane, Firmino, and then we've got Divock off the bench. But it was Virgil van Dijk to score 2 goals. He goes for the free kick here, trying to go for the hat-trick, a little bit ambitious, if I do say so myself. 1 minute remaining now. A good tackle in there by Joe Gomez. And that's it, full time. The full-time whistle has blown, and we've started off this Liverpool career with a 3-0 thumping of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Virgil van Dijk with a classy display, picking up the man of the match with a 9.4 and 2 goals for the Scousers. Okay guys, welcome to the second match of today's video. We face Sheffield United in the Premier League. I've skipped a little bit ahead. We skipped the highlights of the 2 matches against Watford. We managed to go and win and play against them off camera 3-0. And we also managed to beat Brighton as well. I don't particularly want to spam you guys uploads with 30 Football Manager episodes. So what I've made the decision to do is only show you particular highlights of matches, because you can really get swamped with fixtures. And I don't want to sort of spam the sub box for you guys. I want to try and keep this Liverpool series under around about 10 episodes or so. So after 3 matches played, we currently sit atop of the Premier League, followed by Newcastle United. Our also Champions League group has been drawn, and we've got a really tough group here, the group of death. But before we head on to the Champions League later on in the season, we face Inter Milan, Barca and Dortmund. We face Sheffield United away here today. They're playing an ambitious 3 at the back formation. It's interesting to see the variety of formations in the Premier League. Maybe Sheffield United here today are being a little bit reckless with a 3 at the back formation. But seeing Wolves lost 3-0 with a 5 at the back, we're very good at breaking down squads. So maybe a 3 at the back here. They might be able to get an early goal or something. Robertson there on the left-hand side finds Mane. We're coming off 9 goals within 3 matches, and Mane scores his 2nd goal of the season. Sadio Mane starts off the scoring here against Sheffield United. I highlighted this fixture as one I wanted to showcase for you guys. And 1-0, we start off here in the 4th minute there by Sadio Mane. A good assist by Trent Alexander-Arnold coming back into the squad after having that niggling injury. Didn't allow him to play in the opening fixture, of course. Henderson trying to bring something out here. It's a good header. Oh, it's back into Liverpool possession. Mane bombs it into the box. Mane! Oh, the shot was Salah to bomb it in. It was Salah to bomb it in. Mane to miss the shot. 1-0 up against Sheffield United. Keita. Virgil. Robertson beating 2. Fabinho. It's Trent. To Mane! He's scored his 3rd goal of the season. It's 2-0 against Sheffield United just before the 20th minute there. Mane has a nice little brace. Fabinho to Trent Alexander-Arnold. 2-0 against Sheffield United. Norwood looking anxious in the midfield. Sharp, very frustrated, pushing into the final third. Keita now, back over the top to Trent. Mane for the hat-trick! And the header just goes just right of the post. He got to it, rose to the occasion, but the header was placed just a little bit off. Robertson there trying to stick a through ball to Mane. Mane. Oh, it's a poor ball there by Firmino, losing possession. Virgil switching the flanks. Fabinho, that's a good pass to Robertson. Mane, Wijnaldum, Salah! It took us a couple of times to break down the defence there, but Mohamed Salah scores his 2nd goal of the season from a nice assist from Gini Wijnaldum, playing in that attacking midfield position. 3-0 up against Sheffield United, and it looks like it's going to be the 4th match with at least a 3-goal scoreline for Liverpool. Freeman there, getting a foul. And the 3 at the back formation doesn't seem to be working out for Sheffield United there. Maybe trying to match us going forward, but they just haven't been clinical enough. They haven't created enough either. 0 shots to 0 on target. Maybe things are about to change here. Freeman gets a shot on target, but Alisson Becker really, of course, isn't tested there from such a long shot. 16 shots to Liverpool 6 on target. And we are just oozing with confidence going forward now in the Premier League. But man, the Champions League is going to be tough this season. We are, of course, going to try and win the Premier League, our first title, and go deep into the Champions League. If I don't win a major piece of silverware this season, I'll consider it a failure. Fabinho now. Virgil. Man, Virgil van Dijk. Mane. Oh, it's been cleared out there by Sheffield United. But let me know in the comments, tactics, player suggestions, and players you would like me to sign for this series. We still got the January transfer window coming up in this series, so we might be able to pick up a couple of players here and there. Salah there with a poor free kick. Mane trying to build something up. Virgil on the left-hand side now. Brings Mane back into play. And it's a rather ambitious strike, around about 35 yards out. Mane determined to get his name on the score sheet once more there. Just couldn't place the shot. Put a lot of power into it, but it sprayed just to the right of the post. 23 shots Liverpool have. Oh! Virgil. Oh, come on, Virgil van Dijk. You've had an amazing season so far, and he's thrown away. Oh, he's thrown away a foul there from a red card. Oh, that sucks, man. So we're going to have to rotate the squad somewhat. I'm going to bring off Mane for this match. We'll bring on Joe Gomez to replace, and we will basically not have a left-sided player. I think that's sort of the best, to sacrifice one of the wingers. We're really going to be hampered going down one of the sides. That's just going to be the right, but I think Mane's done really well this match. He's looking a little bit exhausted. We'll allow Salah to maybe create something on the right. 3 at the back, 1 player down. Can Sheffield United, at this point, their fans and following were thinking, yeah, they're trying to go for a consolation goal. It's Oliver Norwood to score his first goal of the season. Liverpool shook with Virgil van Dijk going off. Our commanding and key centre-back has sent a goal through there, 3-1, and smashed Alisson's clean sheet. I'm going to bring on some more defensive solidity with Flip Max on the left-hand side. And let's give Devok a bit of a run. Chuck him up forward. Continue on the press and attack. Sometimes the best form of defence is attack. Why not do both? Why not bring on a defender as well? And Billy Sharp coming off there for Sheffield United, something tonight. 4 shots to 3 on target. 25-10 for Liverpool. Coming into the last 10 minutes of the match here now. We've probably got the victory on them. I can't see them scoring 3. Nor less 2. Liverpool going to sound out this victory here, I imagine, with one last highlight. Keita gets a poor ball in. It's a poor cross there. He's just exhausted there in the 94th. And that's it. The throw-in didn't happen. So the full-time whistle has blown. We have beaten Sheffield United, the Yorkshire side, 3-1 away. And we're continuing our undefeated run. Currently on 4 in the Premier League. Unfortunately, Virgil van Dijk, yeah, it's a bad tackle, right? I was curious to see if we could maybe oppose the decision. But Mane gets a 9.0 rating and 2 goals. Mane picks up the man of the match. Okay guys, welcome to the third and final match of today's video. We start our UEFA Champions League campaign. We face Borussia Dortmund at home. We're coming off a 1-1 draw against Burnley. Unfortunately, they managed to concede an own goal and score against us. So that has still allowed us to be undefeated. However, we sit second in the Premier League now. Keita, unfortunately, will be out for this match against Borussia Dortmund at home. But we're in Group D, the group of death. We face Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, and Inter Milan. All 4 sides, ultra competitive. You would probably say that Barca is probably the favourite to go through. But Dortmund, Liverpool, and of course Inter are going to be highly contested. So we're going to be bringing on Henderson. We've still got our backline of Kanate and Virgil van Dijk. They've got Paco Alcacer, Thorgan Hazard, Marco Reus, Goetze. A very strong and competitive squad. So we're facing them in Anfield here today. Robertson there can't quite get the cross off. It's pissing down with rain. Oh, there was a deflection on it though. Trent now, Firmino, and Liverpool can't stamp their authority early on there. Not clinical enough in the attacking half. Pretty early on we had a good chance, but we didn't stamp our authority. So they've got Berkey in goal. Hummels as well, back at Borussia Dortmund, returning from Bayern Munich, of course. Hakimi, Thomas Delaney, Guerrero, Julian Brandt playing as a DM. That's interesting. Firmino intercepts. Oh, gets the shot on target at Berkey, but it wasn't to be. Salah, Firmino, going for his second there. Firmino seems to be getting into the advanced positions well. Oh, the ball comes in. It's going to be another corner kick here. Fabinho. Oh, we've got a couple of goals from that position. Is it going to be a third? Salah, Fabinho, and straight at Berkey. We tried the same thing 3 times in a row. That's crazy. Arnold now. Salah. Switching to the left-hand side. It's Roberto Firmino. Scores his 2nd goal of the season. And it's Robertson to pick up the assist there. In the 20th minute there, Firmino puts his name on the score sheet. Cool as a cucumber. Slots it into the centre of goal. Man, he has smelt blood against Dortmund pretty early on, and he's had an eye for goal from the kickoff. 6 shots, 7 now, 2-3 on target for Liverpool. At Anfield, it's a fortress to come to now, and it does frighten a lot of sides. Dortmund have had to fly all the way over from Germany, Deutschland, and they really haven't come to the races. So they've got Sancho, Wolf, Piszczek, Shinji Kagawa as well. I guess they've brought him back from his Turkish loan. Weigl now. Oh, not Weigl, Virgil. Where is Julian Weigl, actually? Firmino scores his 2nd. Yes! Roberto Firmino there. Good on you, Virgil van Dijk. Winning the ball there. Charging forward. Continuing the pressure on. Robertson finds Roberto Firmino. And it's 2-0 against Borussia Dortmund. Good. Wijnaldum now. Robertson. Man, gets his shot sprayed just to the left. Hammers it. Hakimi is having a woeful performance out here. Marco Reus looking a little bit soft for Dortmund as well. And Salah's free kick just goes over the bar. Dangerous area once again. Arnold now. Wijnaldum. Really? It's Gini Wijnaldum. He has played all over the pitch through his career. For Feyenoord, for Newcastle. He even played as left back for Liverpool this season. He jumps up and gets the header off. Sweet as a nut. 2 shots to 0 on target for Dortmund. And we have really come through and strong on this match. Paco Alcacer, an amazing Football Manager player. Even though he's motivated, he hasn't really stepped up. Robertson now. Mane. Liverpool going for a 4th. And it's Gini Wijnaldum's header there to miss the post by Beesdick, feeding out to the right. Berkey trying to build up something from the back. It's the Portuguese international Guerreiro to push it up. It's going to be a free kick here for Dortmund. And Alisson with a clean cut grab. 3-0 is the scoreline. Can we make it 4? Kanate with the free kick. Salah, Henderson. Yeah, we're even missing Keita. He's been playing, 7 matches at the start of the season. So Henderson has only been coming on as a bit of a bit part player. He's done really well in this match. He's actually really good on Football Manager. I feel like in FIFA he can be a little bit sort of bland and vanilla. If you get a crazy evaluation for him, you're actually better off selling him. But in Football Manager, his value is far superior. His utility and leadership is worth keeping around. But at the end of the day, if you get a massive offer for a player, you're more than better off to sell him, make a profit, and build again. Oh, that's a good header there. If your scouting's poor, I guess maybe not. But regardless, it's time to make some substitutions. So, let's bring on Shaqiri against Dortmund. I think that's quite fitting if he can score. The former Bayern Munich man. We'll bring on Grealish as well. He's faced Dortmund a fair few times at his time at Hoffenheim and Werder Bremen. And we'll keep it on for these 2 substitutions. We'll just leave it like this 2 for now. Grealish and Shaqiri coming off the bench. The Swiss man and the Austrian lad. 3-0 is still the scoreline. 17-7. They've had 4 shots to 1. Man, they are really, really toothless in the final third. Even with Paco, they are still missing someone like Aubameyang. They probably need to bring on someone like Sancho as well. Torgan Hazard. Brandt. Oh, Robertson saves. They should have scored there. That's incredibly unlucky to hit the post. And speak of the devil, Jordan Sancho's coming on. So we need to basically reflect and do the same. I quite like bringing on players, depending on fitness, 55th, 60, anywhere between the 70th as well. And it's also kind of good to bring on players at the same time as the opposition. I'm going to bring on another defender here now. We're going to bring on Joe Gomez to shore things up on the right-hand side, but he's already looking a little bit out of it. Royce is allowed to go centrally now. Hakimi, Paco Alcacer. The Spanish international gets the first shot saved, but he's able to quickly recover and get the second shot off there. Unfortunately, Alisson palmed it right back out to him. Maybe it's the rain. So Alisson, his clean sheet is smashed after having a really good performance here today. 3-1 against Borussia Dortmund in the first match of the UEFA Champions League. Not too bad, 3-0 at home. Shaqiri finds Grealish now. It's a poor cross there, trying to take up the Fabinho tactic there. It's a long ball there, but Hummels and Dortmund's centre-back pairing hold on for now. Thomas Delaney even dropping back. Paco. Shaqiri. Oh, that's an amazing ball to Mane. Firmino! Borussia Dortmund pushing way too many players forward in the 90th minute there. Shaqiri with an amazing diagonal pass there to find Mane on the through ball, and straight to the firm header of Roberto Firmino. Bobby Firmino scores a hat-trick in his first match this season in the UEFA Champions League. Surely he's the Champions League's top goal scorer now. Grealish, Shaqiri oozing with confidence after that amazing piece of play. Paco Alcacer over the top to Sancho. Kind of similar to the Mane one, but Sancho gets closed down. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We've beaten Borussia Dortmund here today 4-1. And unfortunately, on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Roberto Firmino ends the episode off with a man of the match performance and a hat-trick. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're not enjoying the series, feel free to leave a dislike. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box these days. To get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click subscribe, of course, and the bell to join the notification squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys want to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, maybe some PSN and Xbox codes to buy packs for Ultimate Team, or maybe just some games, I really do recommend checking out my affiliation link, G2A. There's some really good prices, so even just going looking around, to be honest. Anyway, the Patreon Steam group there as well. Come and join the community on Steam. My name has been Simpzy. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Mahrez whips it into the box. Royce! That is just ridiculous. With the layup, Marco Reus